live.
Farts. Old farts. Two old farts. Steve and Dave. Sometimes you find a diamond in the rough. Not this time, though. This is just rough. Two old farts. There is no better waste of time. Two guys. Two old guys. A lot of BS and more drivel than you can shake a stick at. Steve and Dave. God help us.
And we're here.
Well, we're here, yeah.
Wow, yeah, I know. You like that, huh? If you run that minute commercial during the show, I'm going to do that again.
Well, I'm lucky enough to see you do it, Stephen. Well, it's which is the world has been saved from that.
The world has been saved.
Hey, we're doing something which we haven't done for a long time. And of course, the first time
we have our pants on. Oh, this is crazy.
Yeah, we do. What year is it now? Am I officially
2024, David? Yes.
Okay, that's okay.
Yes. This show's Monday, January 15th, 2024. Just so you're clear.
Monday. Is it Monday?
2015. Yeah, Monday, January 2015. Martin Luther King Day in America.
Right. Fine. Well, I'm glad he's happy about it. But anyway,
someone is.
Somebody is. So it's a classic interview.
Yes.
Whether it'll be classically good or classically bad, well, only the audience can tell. We've got a gentleman called Andy Green, and I know absolutely nothing about Andy other than the fact that I'd found him on LinkedIn. Not of course that he was particularly lost. Not that he was lost, but in fact that I found him. And he looked like he was doing something really interesting. And we just like talking to interesting people. So I just reached out to him, and he said, "Yeah, I'll come on and be embarrassed for 40 minutes or whatever."
That's really good. But he's involved with AI though. So let's set the premise here.
One of our favorite subjects.
So just but he's involved with AI, and he's doing something that I guess in gaming that's different. So we want to hear about that. So this will be very interesting for the people in AI.
I know we got a little bit of a teaser, a little clip from him.
Ooh, so do you have it? You want to play it before he comes on and then bring him on?
Yeah, let's just do that. So this is the teaser he sent me. This is from a game I think called Warehouse AI. So off we go. Okay. And when it's over, we'll go jump straight in and talk to Andy about it.
Sure. That is a beauty. I don't play games, but I would play that. That looks really cool.
Yeah. It's got all our favorite things. It's got AI graphics. It's got aliens. Warehousing. What else?
Oh, you got to have warehousing. If you got aliens, you got to have warehousing. Should we bring Andy in? He can tell us why there's aliens and warehousing go together.
It's easy for you to say, Stephen.
I know. I should have more scotch this morning. It'd be better. So let's add him to the stage. Andy, welcome to the show.
Hello.
Welcome to the Madhouse.
Very good. I picked the right shirt. I picked the right shirt then. Since we're
love
talking
the
about
shirt,
aliens.
by the way. Love it.
Thank you.
I'm sitting here listening to you guys, and I'm like laughing, and I'm trying not to talk because I don't know if you're like
no.
We mute all our guests. Even when you're on the show right now, we just mute you. It's just us.
Yeah,
it was really funny. I was like trying not to laugh, but yeah, you guys are.
What normally happens, Andy, is when we do our intros, a guest starts screaming. So it's not a good way to start.
Yeah.
So that shirt, what is it? Are those like whoopee cushions? Are they?
So no, so this
are
is
they-
we have a show called Adam on the Eve, which he does a live show every Monday.
right.
Except on Martin Luther King Day he won't be because he's in Greece. But anyway, this is one of his artworks. So in our merch store, you can buy Adam on the Eve.
Got
And this
it.
is one of his things that he does. And then if you watch any of the other shows, I wear something called The Creation of David, which is a sweatshirt that has a picture of David and I done in the Michelangelo style of the creator.
Where you guys are
So,
like, and you're like in
something,
togas.
yes, something
Yeah.
like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Excellent.
during the next break, if we have another break or run your thing again, I'm sure that will magically appear on one of us. So there you go.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
but anyway,
Well,
but tell us about
we've
this.
got-
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Dave. Go ahead.
Oh, we've got another ad to run anyway, so I'll give you a chance to take a.
Oh, good.
Really, he says he's changing clothes, but at his age, he has to go to the bathroom. But there you
Very
go.
nice.
So tell us how the concept came. I know before the show we were talking about you and your brother play games and this and that, but this is just a wild concept. Not the warehouse and alien thing. I mean, that's cool, but you're using AI and to change. You were telling me the levels. So tell me about that because you were telling me that levels are flat or stagnant, if you will.
Yeah. So my name's Andy Green. Just to introduce myself, I'm the founder of a new video game concept called Warehouse AI. So to kind of like give you like a backstory, I work in a warehouse. Okay, a fairly big one. There's probably like 500 aisles, and it goes. I mean, it's massive, right?
Any aliens?
There's no aliens, but
Okay.
the story is kind of funny because the way it started was, months ago. I'm working in the warehouse. I'm doing my thing, and it's very loud. It's obnoxious. There's conveyor belts, and there's forklifts driving around. And I'm in the aisles, and people are talking, and it's a madhouse. And towards the end of the shift, it got really quiet, like super quiet. Like you can hear a pin drop.
Right.
And I started thinking to myself, what is going on right now? Like, what if there was like an outside world event and an alien invasion or a nuclear war or something happened? I would never know about it because this place is so big, and it's so quiet now. Maybe everybody left, and just kind of from there, the idea kind of just exploded, and I started writing stuff down and doing some research and this and that, and that's kind of how the concept began. The game is. It incorporates so much. There's, the AI aspect, which I'll get into. There's the blockchain aspect, and then there's the retail aspect. So I'm trying to think the best way to do it. Do you guys have kids?
I've dated some, but I don't. So
All right. So when I talk to people about this, I kind of give them the scenario like gaming is amazing. There's, it's a $1 trillion, who knows, industry. It's massive, right? What it doesn't do is there are times where those games, the bigger ones, the Fortnites, the Grand Theft Autos, they don't carry over into other age groups, right. For whatever reason, whether it's the subject matter or whatever it is. This game is going to be different because I'm incorporating the retail aspect. So what does that mean? Imagine your child comes up to you and says, "Hey, Dad, I got level 50 on Grand Theft Auto." The dad's going to be like, "That's great, son," and that's the end of the conversation. Right. Yeah. Now, what if the kid goes up to the dad and says, "Hey, Dad, I got to level 50 on Warehouse AI, and I get a 35% off discount code to the Nike store or to Home Depot or to any retail outlet or product that you can think of can be integrated into this game." That ends the conversation to the parents. Now they're like, show me this game, show me this discount. Maybe they want to play the game. Think about Black Friday. There was a million deals. That's kind of why I wanted to come on earlier. The first meeting, whatever. But so that's kind of the retail aspect of it. There's going to be in-game discounts, and then there's going to be blockchain aspects where there's cryptocurrency involved, where you earn points, and those points can be redeemed for tokens, and then those tokens can be used in the warehouse store.
But is it really going to be, if I may, is it going to really be crypto, or is it really just going to be in-game tokenization?
So no, there's going to be a wallet feature where you're going to have when you sign up for the game, you will have a wallet that you can either possibly attach. We're working on this, But you can attach the wallet to the game, or you can create a wallet right there, from scratch. And then when you do transfer the points to the tokens, those tokens can either be used in the game or they can be transferred to your wallet, and then you own those tokens.
Right, but it really, it won't be like you're not going to go Bitcoin. It's going to all be within your own ecosystem type of thing.
So we're going to have a native warehouse AI.
Right. That's it. I just wanted to make sure, because when you say,
correct,
we call them crypto algorithms.
Yes.
Even though the SEC just did an approved EFT fund yesterday, it's still an algorithm. So we just want to make sure that people understand, if they're playing your game, or a kid's playing your game and he has a wallet, and he has 50 tokens, the 50 tokens are really not 50 Bitcoin. Tokens within the warehouse game that you can buy whatever you're buying there.
Yeah. It'll be an official native warehouse AI token that you will use in the game, and then out of the game you can do whatever you want with it, sell it, hold it, whatever. But
Andy, these tokens, are they things that you win then, or are they things do you have to purchase the tokens?
No, you don't purchase. You will be able to purchase them on the open market if you wanted, but you're going to earn them by earning points within the game. There's going to be tasked areas, and there's going to be a free play zone where you just earn your points. It's kind of like XP in a game. You'll earn different things by accomplishing different tasks and talking to different people, doing different things within the game. You earn 1,000 points, and maybe those 1,000 points convert into 10 tokens, that are worth X amount of dollars, so to speak. So that's kind of the blockchain aspect. And then there's the retail aspect, and then there's the AI aspect, which is really exciting. And we were discussing this before the call. So these days, you buy a game or download a game, any game. Think about Candy Crush, or everyone knows Candy Crush, or Grand Theft Auto. Which, if you want to go bigger, you want to go, let's just say the new Spider-Man game that came out recently, etc. Those games are, the way that they're made is you play level 1 and then you go to level 2. You play level 2, you go to level 3. If you go back to the beginning, you play level 1, it's the same as it was the first time you played it.
Right.
This is going to be a little different. We're working on the way it's going to work is the AI is going to grab your information, maybe based on questions that you answer. It could be, you can link your social media. It might grab social media information and different things, your shopping preferences that are connected to your Amazon account, whatever, data, and that kind of data is everywhere. So you can grab that kind of data, and the AI is going to alter the levels and cater them to you. So for instance, let's just take the task zone for a second. And you can read all about this in the white paper. If you go to the website, warehousegame.ai, you go to the website, download the white paper, you can read about all this. So the way it's going to work is you're going to there's a task zone. You go into the task zone, and let's say you have to collect 20 different basketballs. Okay. Right. Some of those basketballs are more high profile or more expensive. One signed by Michael Jordan. Who knows, what it could be. You're going to grab those basketballs and you're going to earn the points. And then what'll happen is, based on your preferences, maybe they're not basketballs. It's instead of, one person's going to collect basketballs. Maybe you're into tennis. Maybe you're into golf. Maybe you have to collect baseball bats. So it's going to change the levels based on different preferences, and it's all done through the AI. Then you got the NPC side. So players, when you go to, you're in the free zone and you're walking around, you're hanging out at the pool, which is outside the warehouse. This game's going to be nuts, by the way. The outside is going to be
Let me just interrupt you before you get to this, before you get to the multiplayers. So are you coding this, and do you have investors? I mean, so how are you so far? Are you getting to where you
this is very concept. I've done a lot of research, and it can be done. Okay. I've talked to a lot of developers. I have a development team. They built the website, and they created the video for me. And it can be done. It's very, like I said, it is concept stage right now. So we have not begun. And of course, these things are very expensive and they take time. Right. So, eventually, I am.
Been down that route.
I am talking to a bunch of different venture capitalists that are trying to, we're talking about, how they can be a part of this. If you guys know people, let me know. We can.
Let me ask you this question before we go into the multiplayer. Yeah. So to get you up and running to a point where you have an MVP, what's the investment? And then, like, well, if you go to talk to a venture capitalist, and they
So
may be watching, where they're going to be like, "How much?"
Yeah, so I don't know exactly. Like, I don't have exact numbers. We don't
Right.
have a cap table and anything like that. So
Right.
this is a different kind of game, and it's never really been done like this before. It's got to be built kind of ground up.
Right.
Hypothetically, to get this started, blockchain can be integrated later. I can launch a token anytime I want. It's the AI aspect and the game aspect, the building of those two together.
Right.
Just to throw out a number to start to get things going. I don't know, $1 million. Let's just say.
Okay.
I don't want to say less than $1 million, because what I don't want to happen is for me to get funded or whatever and then fall short of an MVP, because that's the most important part. Yeah.
Well, what all these VC people are going to say? They're going to say, "Yeah, come with the numbers. Where are your numbers?"
Yeah, of course.
Well, and this is what we tell everybody, either this on even Lost Dollar Business Club. If you're thinking about making an investment or you like this concept, you can reach out to us. We'll put you in touch with Andy, but make sure you check with your accountants, your lawyers, your sugar baby, your girlfriend, your mistress, your wife, and anybody else that has their hand in your pocket. So, you check with your people first. But I mean, I like it. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you about the MVP, but I wanted to know where you were in your stage of development.
Yeah,
so if somebody says, "I want to be part of this tomorrow," how do they be part of it?
Yeah, if you're looking to jump into something new and different and innovative, we literally, I just launched the website. I've been working on the website, the white paper, the concept, the pitch deck. I have a pitch deck. It's all very elaborate. The white paper is like 28 pages. There's a lot of information. It explains a lot. It goes into every detail of the game. It's wild. Definitely check it out.
And just one thing, you use the word "we." So is this you and a team of people? Or
there's a couple of different people that I'm working with. Yeah, when I say we, I'm used to saying we, but it's mostly just me. It's I. But yeah, I mean, I have a couple of people. As far as like ownership, I am the only founder, but I do have people that are involved that are helping me out.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so definitely check out the white paper. To get back to the NPC part, so you got the task zone, which we discussed, and then there's the free play zone where, there's going to be, like if you saw in the video, there's an outside area with a food truck. There's different things that you can do. Right. There's going to be this game will grab community as well, because there's a social aspect. You'll be able to talk to other people live, but then while you're in the game, there's going to be NPCs. As you saw, there was a bunch of characters which I created. And those characters will be incorporated into the game. You can use those characters, or you can build your own character. And then you can also build your own forklift, etc. And the NPCs, the non-player characters, they're going to be AI backed as well. So when you ever go into a game like Grand Theft Auto and you go to a certain person and click on them and there's a little text box and you start talking to them, that's all kind of pre-generated. And when you go back to that guy, maybe they say the same thing. This is going to change, based on what's going on in the game, other people's possibly things that are happening. So you go up to a guy that looks like, David, and
that's scary.
It's going to say, "I'll put you in the game. I have no problem with that." You go up to him and it'll say, "Hey, it looks like you're having a really hard day," or I don't know, just whatever he's talking to. And then if you go back up to him 20 minutes later, he's not going to say the same thing, based on how the game is going to change and things that are going on in the game, more the stuff that you've accomplished. That same person or NPC will give you a different clue or a different thing, and it's all going to be it's all AI based. I mean,
so as you say, so AI is going to, if you will, read the room.
Yes.
And so by reading the room, it'll be like, "Oh, you know what we should talk about in this little is read this." Now, when you say talk to people as well, I know in most games everyone uses Discord. There's not too many games unless you're playing.
We're going to have a chat feature. Yeah, we're going to have a chat feature
where you can actually talk.
You can actually talk and type. Okay. You can type, and talk to people.
Okay.
Community is huge. It's what I'm doing right now. It's why I haven't, like I said, we're kind of in the concept stage, but I'm building the community and I'm trying to get the word out about this. There's going to be a lot of community interaction within the game. You can tackle tasks together.
Wow.
So if you guys wanted to partner up because you can't get through a level, this guy can give you a tip, and maybe he earns points because he's helping you. It's all in the white paper.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it breaks it down.
I'm surprised people aren't either beating down your door to try to do this, or every gaming company is not trying to steal this idea.
I am trying to get people to beat down my door. That's why I'm on this show right now. This is only the second podcast that I've done. It has to do really with it's all about communication and networking. Right. I wanted to go to. I'm going to start going to conferences. I'm going to go on a conference tour eventually, but that's expensive. You got to worry about hotels. You got to worry about food, and the conference itself is super expensive. But eventually, in the white paper, it kind of dives into marketing and how we're going to take this to market. And
but all the gaming magazines that are out there, like Venture and the other ones, right?
A lot.
Are they interviewing you yet? Are they talking to you?
No, because I haven't reached out to them. So a lot of people are like, when I approach, publications, everything's about money. I can get in all those magazines, but they want $10,000 or they want $50,000. Whatever.
Advertorials.
Exactly. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing on the venture capital side, not the money side, but they want an MVP.
Our check is in the post, Andy, so don't worry about that.
Yeah.
We've already
throw it. Some venture capital firms will want an MVP, and there's others, and you may have to broaden your horizon. So, and I may have read a book on this. You may be wanting to look in the Middle East. The Middle East actually gets gaming and whatnot. I'm talking like UAE, Saudi Arabia, Qatar. That's probably where you're going to end up. Yep. And there's enough funds that are online out there that'll be like, you don't need an MVP. We just want to see your business plan. And if we like it, they may start you off with 150, which may get you a little down the road, but then they can introduce you to other people. That may be the way to go.
Yeah.
But the US is going to probably be a pain in the butt.
Yeah. I actually, last night got a message from an old contact of mine. They put me into a chat room on Telegram with investors in Dubai.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah, so I have to get on them, and we're going to schedule a call. But yeah, the Middle East and that kind of that demographic there. I mean, the money is just who doesn't want to partner with a sheik?
Well, it's not so much. Well, be careful because everybody's a sheik. That doesn't mean they have money. And we've been doing business there since the 80s. The year 80 when they were still killing each other. And we just got back from Dubai a couple months ago, and I'm going again in February.
Nice.
So we know Dubai. So my point, though, if you go do something in Dubai, there's little venture funds, there's big venture funds, but their whole premise in their mind is 2030. That 2030 is the year that everything explodes in a good way, and it's all high tech and it's all this. So your game fits into that mindset. I mean, because it's probably going to take 3 to 5 years to build it out to where you want it to be anyway.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's what you do. You build now. For
down the road,
whole year later, of course.
Right. But
and the other thing that's interesting about the game is it's non-violent. So you have a lot of people who have a very strong religious beliefs that like to play games, but don't want to play themselves. So you certainly don't want their children to play violent games.
So I have a interesting story about that, actually. Not a story, but it's the way that it's going to be incorporated into the game. When I was creating this concept and I was talking to my development team, they asked me, what kind of game do you want this to be? And because it is retail based and you want kids and parents playing, I was fully against guns, bloodshed, bombs and stuff like that. But there are ways around that. So, for instance, instead of having people shoot people, there's going to be a paintball course.
That's
inside the game. So you can still get your little, shooting kickoff, right? But it's not going to be like, kill. And maybe down the road we do launch a NC-17 version, for those people that do want the Grand Theft Auto cut your head off type of scenarios. But because it is retail based and the partners that I want to acquire, the Nikes, the Adidas, the Reeboks, and that's another thing that I want from the venture capitalist company. I don't want just money. I want their connections. I want to sit down in a room with people that you have funded and you have partnered, because I guarantee you, anyone that you funded, they have a product or service that can be incorporated into the game. Okay. I'll give you an example. I said this on the last podcast. I went to a vapor store to buy a vapor cigarette. and I pitched them the game and they loved it. And there's a possibility that their establishment, this little establishment in the middle of nowhere, could potentially be in the game, but it's advertising for them. It's marketing for them, and it's free. I don't want any money to be incorporated into the game. I want
makes it an 18. Product. That makes it in Europe an 18+ game.
Right, because it's vapor. That was just an example, but
there's an example just in case. But the other thing is Asia. I mean, like the kids in Vietnam and the kids in Korea and the kids in Japan, they'd eat this up in a minute and a half.
Yeah.
So there's venture capital groups out there that would probably want to write you a check as well.
And trust me, I've sent, just so there's those websites out there where they link you to different VCs. I've sent over.
You don't use the websites. That's useless.
Well, I've done it, but I've also connected via. I have people that I know that are like the Dubai girl. She's linking me. It's all about relationships and meeting.
Well, people. Yes and no. We're doing this a long time. So what I find is sometimes a cold email with a cool video will get a response even better than if I know somebody, because they're going to look at the video and they'll be like, wow. So it's really a matter of just saying who invests in gaming in Korea.
Yeah.
And you and one night you sit down, you send out 50 emails. And the next day you're like, who invests in gaming in Vietnam? And you do the same thing. And it's who invests in Japan. Boom. And then it goes, you do the same for Qatar, the UAE. It's great that you have a contact, but unless she knows everybody, and I mean everybody, and they don't, there's going to be something she's going to miss because someone's too big, too little, or someone in the middle, right? So you send stuff as well, but you have something that most companies don't have. You have this 1-minute video that's awesome. And you have a 28-page white paper. And you have a pitch deck. So you can literally send an email, go, here's my 1-minute video. If you have interest, I can send you a white paper and a pitch deck. If you'd like to go forward. We need, by the way, $1 million. And we think $1 million is going to get us, 18 months. This is how far we're going to be. So we can show you, if you will, proof of concept, proof of work, whatever it might be. And that's the way you do it while your other friends are trying to make contacts. Because if you contact us, I'd be like, okay, I saw your video. Where's everything? So this is a way to at least get in the door and let them say to you, hey, let's have a phone call, or can you send me more?
Yeah. And that's why I created the video, because it can be, it grabs you. Like, I know you said you were like, wow, that's a great video, but maybe you're just saying that for the podcast. I don't know. Maybe
if it sucked, I would tell you. I'm not that nice.
Okay, good. But I created the video for that reason alone, to grab people. I'm going to send you the video first, and then if you're interested, like you said, I'll send you the rest of the information, because you're going to want to know how this is. There's also multiple different ways to raise funds. There's the equity share side, then there's the token raise side. There's 3 or 4 different ways that investors can get involved. And
but be careful with tokens though, right? Because the SEC frowns on tokens.
Of course, yes. No, so, it would be run completely legit. Like there would be
No, I'm not saying it wouldn't be run completely legit, but it's not what it was during COVID anymore. You just can't do an ICO. Right. You know what I mean? Like before it was like, oh, we're going to raise, and everybody's, oh yeah, we're idiots. We're just throwing money at stuff.
Yeah, and I would get SEC approul. Like you have to go through reg, what is it? Reg D. Reg D.
Yeah. But the thing is that just once again, just because they approved the other day a Bitcoin EFT thing, that does not mean
just go do your
thing. Would, if I was going to raise money for, like if said we're going to raise money for this guy, I'd be like, okay, it's going to be venture capitalists, if you will, that are in the gaming industry, and we're going to hit everybody in the gaming industry globally. And I would just do it and I would do the equity side. There's 100 ways to do it. You can do a preferred, you can do, you can do debt and equity. There's 100 ways to do it. And if you don't hit your goal in 5 years, it turns into this. So you just have to find someone who says, I like the concept, and you need to find someone who, gaming is easy because everyone can invest in a game, right? Because, look, there's a figure. You need to find someone who also understands AI. And then you have to marry the two. Now, in 10 years, this won't be a novel idea anymore. This will be like everyone's doing it, right?
And that's why I want to get this off the ground, because to be a first mover is massive, especially with something like this.
I agree.
And it's going to take a lot of development work. It's not cheap. It could take.
We know.
Yeah, I mean, you can get it. It could be, like you said, a couple of years before we get this exactly where we want it. But getting that MVP out, grabbing some kind of investor to believe in this, and it only takes one person, right, to believe in you. I think that based on what I've, let's just say, presented and what I have and the value proposition, I think that people are going to be interested. We just have to find the right people that want to do this. The AI savvy.
I think they're out there, but like I said, you or whoever sends out your emails, it's like I said, it's good that you have a girl, but you need to go into ChatGPT-4 and literally say to it, what is every company in this country that's a venture capital family office, that invests just in gaming?
Yep.
And take that list and send emails to all of them. And then when you're done, saturating that country, go to the next country. And then I leave America for last.
Yeah.
I would be Middle East and Asia first. And then I'd probably hit over in Europe.
Yes.
And then at some point I'd circle back here. As much as we get it, we don't, because most of the investments I'm seeing being made in the gaming industry are not from the United States. And the ones that they are, they're just like the good old boy network.
Right.
Where it's like, oh, that's really cool. But the ones that are making real moves are going to be either in Asia or the Middle East, and especially in the Middle East, because they know they have to do something other than oil. Yeah,
it's a huge market. It's massive, and they want to.
And the sovereign wealth funds over there will write you a check as well.
Yeah, a lot of people ask me, your concept. They say your concept is great. I really enjoy it, but how do we make money on this if we invest?
Right.
So that the white paper goes into that as well. There's a couple.
Well, tell everybody here, if they write you a check for $1 million or 10 million or 50 million, because some of these games cost $50 million.
Yeah.
How do I get my investment out in say 5 or 10 years? What's the plan?
So, advertising, marketing. You got these, like, for instance, the big thing is going to be our retail partners. It's what I want just as much as I want money.
Okay.
And Nike and Reebok, McDonald's, whoever. They can throw their ads into the game, and those ads, but not really, but they don't look like ads, because their products are going to be placed in the warehouse, and those products could have ad things attached, right?
Right.
So if you click, let's just I don't want to give away too much, but if you click on a pair of Nike shoes, there might be an option where it says, buy the Nike shoes, go to Nike.com. And now it's porting you to Nike.com, right?
Okay.
If a retail partner wants you to go to Nike.com, they're going to have to pay for that.
Okay.
Okay. But
so this is like Simville, though, right? Of the 90s, where if I'm Coca-Cola, I bought a big billboard in Simville, or McDonald's, I bought a bill. So you're selling, for lack of a better term, you're going to sell real estate to corporate partners.
Yeah, but I'm not really selling it. I'm kind of giving it away.
Right, and then you get paid on a click through or a pass through.
Yeah, click through, exactly. Okay. So there's the click through side, but then there's the that we'll get paid for, where it ports you. But then if you want the click through, you're going to pay as well. So you're double dipping because you can buy the products within the game via the store. But if that retail partner, if they're big enough and they want to pay for it, they want the website traffic. So the game will port you to their website as well.
Gotcha.
So there's two different ways that we're kind of going to double dip on that. Hopefully, maybe we should edit this out so that people don't, because they're going to start using this.
We don't edit. That's the bad part. So it's what you talk about is what happens. That's what we say. Everybody. It's like at a cocktail party.
Okay, well, look,
so
let's just let the dust settle. We'll run an advert for one of our business partners, and Andy can collect these thoughts, and we'll come back after.
Do it, guys.
Making the right connections is vital to your business and professional success, but reaching out to strangers is awkward and mostly a waste of time and resources. Imagine a world where AI takes the hassle out of networking. Enter Hero, your noise-free professional network powered by AI. What's so cool about Hero? How about getting your own AI networking assistant that's dedicated to solving your challenges by handpicking connections and opportunities that are right for you? But Hero does more than just meaningful matchmaking. We equip you with a customized storefront accessible to anyone on or off the Hero network to help enhance your brand and boost your revenue, making it easy to turn those meaningful connections into valued customers, all within Hero. Hero is networking as it should be, meaningful conversations with well-meaning people without the noise.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Back. So very cool. Well, I was going to say on the revenue side, so we're advertising and whatnot, but is there like an exit strategy or down the road at some point as we build different levels and people pay more? Or is it just the whole premise is it's just first to market and it's just all going to be based on advertising?
I think it's going to be both. I think that eventually there's going to be, I'm hoping, like right now we're in a pre-seed phase, right? So eventually, hopefully we get to like Series D,
Right. Well, right now you're in friends and family.
The friends and family,
right?
Exactly.
You're friends and you haven't even made it to a pre-anything. You're like angel investors and friends and family at this point.
Yeah. I think that if this is adopted correctly,
Right.
the way I envision this, if it's adopted correctly with the networking partners through the VC network and other people, okay, because like I said, it only takes one, and if that one is big enough, everybody else will jump in as well. I'm hoping that this will explode and we can make it as big as one of those other games that are out there, and that's where there's multiple ways that you can make money once it is that big, and that's kind of where the exit strategy would come in. We might be bought out by one,
or be bought out by one.
Be bought out by somebody big, exactly. We could. There's so much that this game throws together and can do, and I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I have a lot of future things that I didn't even put in the white paper. You had talked to me previously about the AR VR aspect.
Right.
This could potentially be one of those.
Okay.
And because of that AR factor, think about the Pokemon game, right? Where you go around and you collect those little
with your phone.
Okay.
Because you have no life. I know.
Yes, exactly. But that's 2024.
Well, they got the kids out walking.
Yeah. So
kids were walking more than ever. So that's everybody was pleased.
Yeah.
That in itself, the way that this could go is the warehouse could be an AR. And so now you're taking your experience outside of the game. You're going around, you're walking down the street and and now somebody dropped a discount code in a park, and now you're searching for that discount code. And then as soon as you click on it, it gets ported to the game as an NFT. I have documents for days.
That's very cool.
A lot of stuff that can happen. It's just a matter, and the technology is getting easier and better to use, easier to use and more advanced.
I think all we could sort of say to you really at this stage is try and get. I mean, because I can just see your head's just full of brain farts, exploding ideas. And,
yes.
Stephen and I suffer from that greatly as well. But one of the things that you have to do is try and take a lot of the white noise away and just choose a channel and go down that one first.
Yes,
because too much. The problem is that too much information. Invariably, what happens is you say to somebody, "This,
They get
and
confused.
they choose this. Well, they choose this, and it's an idea. It's based on the success of the core of what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
So to try and bring everything back to, literally to those four walls, to that warehouse and the experience within it.
Yeah, I'm very focused on that. Like I said, this is way down the road. Years and years, later.
Think big, aim high. We're all for that.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But I like the concept. I like the AI. I think it has legs. I think you've got, like I said, if I was raising money, I'd do exactly what I just told you to do. And you probably get money in hopefully 3 to 6 months. It's nice that you have a girl in Dubai, just to let you know how they work. You're getting on a plane. So,
which is fine.
But it's an event, especially where you are. It's 26 hours. Very nice. And Dubai is a trip, but it's very much hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait, and hurry up and wait. So when you go there, you're there for a week, and the 27 meetings will really end up being 4. Unless they really like you, then they'll want you to spend another week.
Right.
So as you go there, it's a very much that's the mentality, which is a good mentality.
You put in, you get out what you put in, right? And it's kind of like, I don't want to say it's the same as dating a woman, where women where it's the law of averages and numbers, where you take 10.
I think you just said it, Andy. I think you
just said
it
basically. Yeah, and it's true. It is.
Did I say it?
Yeah, okay. You're literally going to send out 10,000 emails to get 100 people or companies or groups to come back to you and say, we have, and out of those 100, you'll get 20 meetings, and out of 20 meetings, you'll get 5 people that say, maybe we're going to write you a check, and out of 5, you'll get 2 or 3 checks. And that's what you want. But unfortunately, it really becomes you have your day job, and your night job now is to go and raise money. And that's just
it.
email after email after
That's
email
exactly
after
what I'm
email.
doing. And that's why I haven't really announced any of this yet. Like
Okay.
this is only the second podcast that I've done.
Right.
The website just went live, like a month ago.
Okay.
Everything is moving slowly because my only job now is building the community, raising money, and getting to the MVP part, to be able to do that. Everything is just kind of on hold. And I think that with like I said, the value proposition that this offers, as well as, just the game is cool. I mean, think about playing Grand Theft Auto on a scale, but it's based in a warehouse, right? And instead of just playing to play, you can earn money. You can earn discounts.
Think of it differently. It changes every time you go. Like I'm on level 1, but every day I'm level 1, it changes, right? So to me as a gamer, that's more exciting. The money part's great, but at the end of the day, if I need to attract, the kids and I guess the kids that are in their 20s and 30s who still play games all day and live in their mom's basement, I need to make sure that they never leave. The only way they never leave is because every level, even if I go back or I play with my friends in a group, keeps changing on a daily basis. It's like Ready Player. All of a sudden, everyone's never going to leave. So then all of a sudden, you're making money from 50,000 ancillary products and and that's kind of what you're looking for. So the concept that no one will ever leave is a good one.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head.
What you don't, what's the problem is with a lot of these games is they get very stale very quick.
Right.
And if you get stuck in the same place and your friend's stuck in the same place, but it's crap. It's never the gamer that's wrong. It's always the game.
Correct.
But if you have such circumstances where you're in level 1, you're doing something, and as you were saying that your dad's doing something and your brother's doing something, so they're all doing the same thing and they're all getting 3 different responses.
Yes.
That's a conversation outside of the game about the game.
Right. They're talking about
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And that makes it sticky, and that's where you need
and now you don't even have to leave the game to talk about it, because I'm going to have the chat feature enabled, and you're going to talk about it right in the chat in the game.
Yeah, but even so,
that's level player 1. Never leave.
Even so, don't underestimate the what I always call the birthday party conversations. The family dinner conversations. Oh yeah, I got to level 3, and the wolf came out and ate me. Yeah, it happened to me as well. Well, that's shit then. No,
Little Red Riding Hood had the same problem.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She did.
Yeah, she did. Wolf
if you get to level 3 and something happens to you and somebody exactly the same as you, and
think about
changes, that's a conversation.
Yeah. So there's kind of another little. This is interesting, right? So this game that I'm trying to create, and every other game that's out there that's huge right now. The money that goes into making these games, it's hundreds of thousands of dollars, possibly millions, right?
Millions.
With the AI aspect, and things are changing within the game, there's a possibility that you don't need a warehouse AI 2. I won't need a second game. It's one game that changes. You just change the format of the game, or now you can just keep adding to it instead of that's the end of the
AI.
Game. The game will never end, right? It'll never end.
The AI will keep, if it's built in there properly. Every time, every person has a unique experience when they come to the game.
Right. So think about how much money that saves people. That saves the gaming development companies, the game owners, the founders, because they don't have to set up a new game. It's the same game, just you're adding stuff to it. So the savings you would create, what just came out? What is it? Grand Theft Auto 6, right?
Yep.
No, so it's not.
Imagine if they had started the first one, but they never needed a second or a third or a fourth. Right. They just kept changing, because nobody goes back and plays Grand Theft Auto 1.
Right. But in theory, that's how they make money, because people buy but in theory, what your game would do is, because AI would change it almost daily, I wouldn't tell it anything. I would just come in and it goes, this is what they like. This is where they ended up. Oh, or he's here with 5 people, and collectively they like this. So AI would actually give you your own world, so to speak, based on what it knows.
Yeah.
So the issue there is not going to be, can it? Yes, it can. It's going to be computing and cloud.
So that's a great segue into this other thing that I just did.
Right.
I started a gamer's guide to ChatGPT.
Okay.
And in this guide, it's they just launched their GPT store and all that
Yep.
stuff. So I built a GPT and I inputted all this information about how ChatGPT can help you build a game ethically.
Oh,
And
nice.
because of that, it's funny you say that the AI will just continue to do it. That's exactly what the guide is. So you just put in your scenarios and it will give you the next scenario or the next scenario and the next
very
scenario.
nice.
And it's pretty interesting that you said that, because that's just kind of, you can check that out too. You just go to the GPT store and type in gaming guide and it'll pop up. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Yeah.
Well, for the people that are listening, so we do YouTube and podcasts, so we're podcasted everywhere. So people on the podcast can go to www.warehouse.ai. Warehouse game. No, it's warehouse AI.
It's game. It's warehouse game. I wish it was warehouse AI. I tried to get it, but it was
there
super.
You go, David. Warehouse game.
Well,
that's all right. I said it in the beginning. I noticed it said where I just didn't.
That's okay. No, we should have corrected it. So it's warehouse game AI.
Right.
So it's warehousegame.ai. You can go and you can see everything that we just spoke about, and we will put the links below, the proper link. And just for fun, we'll put the wrong link just to see how stupid you are if you didn't listen. But the people on the podcast that want to look at it, it's warehousegame.ai. And then if you want to go into ChatGPT, look under gaming and you'll find it. If you can't figure it out, send us an email or go into the warehouse. There you are, Warehouse Gaming AI, Warehouse Game AI. You can email Andy and go, Andy, I'm too stupid to figure out ChatGPT.
Yeah, all my contacts are on there. You can email me personally, connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm growing my network, massively. I think that's how David found me, was through LinkedIn.
Yeah. David has restraining orders on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I was doing a little stalker vibe. It was definitely.
That's why we keep him in Amsterdam, for that one reason, so it's safe for our guests. That's how we look at it. Yeah. So
the restraining order goes to. I'm not allowed to go anywhere further than the end of the street at the moment.
There you go. Yeah, he has an ankle bracelet and everything. Well, Andy, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much. I thought this was fascinating. I think this is very cool. I hope you get investments. Yeah, and if you guys have questions and you can't get a hold of Andy, like I said, reach out to us. If not, reach out to Andy. And for you geeks out there that are into gaming and you're venture capitalists, this is probably not a bad idea. Put AI into gaming, and I think his concept is pretty cool. And you can read his white paper, and that's it. We'll see you, and he may be on some of our other shows to talk about this, because our business shows. So you may see
Excited to be. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, stay with us, Andy, till after the credits for the household link stuff. And thanks everyone for watching another classic interview on 2OF.